Hey everybody, it's Doom here. We're back in the 3.5 Monster Manual, and today we're on the Lillend, which is a large, I don't know, chaotic good bird lady with a snake butt. This creature looks like a female human elf with a lower torso of a multicolored serpent and a huge striking pattern wing like a bird. Essentially, they have constrict, grab, some spells and spell-like abilities, and they're from Yizgard or something. Wait, where are they from? Yizgard, yeah. I'm not sure if you pronounce that Yizgard. I think it's like Easgard. Easgard, yeah, for sure. That's where we're from. Easgard. I don't know. I'm not a true Viking. I'm a dude in my basement. Yeah, right? Go figure. How'd that happen? I do have some parts out. I do not have a great plan. I grabbed all my size large-ish female torso things I had, and some wings. As far as the serpentine lower half and stuff, we'll have to get there when we get there. Now, I did stay up all night playing Minecraft with my old college roommate. So I did not get an enormous amount of sleep. I have to work night turn this evening to cover a shift for one of my operators. And it's actually a nice break. When you're constantly on the move doing all this other stuff, and you get these opportunities to have a relaxing, easy night, it is such a blessing in my job, because I like to do something different every day. I don't like to get stuck in the pattern of doing the same stuff. I'm going to leave that beacon set up here, actually. Really need to clean my workspace. Alright, we're going to set that off to the side. So, I have this one, which has these sheaths on her back. And we could remove the swords pretty easily, I think. We have this one, but she's got this dumb hat, crown thing. And she's wearing an awful lot of sleeve coverage. We have this one. I don't know how well I can get these wings off without making a mess of her. This one, I think we can make this one work, actually. Alright, let's start with this one. Let's get these wings off the best we can first. Let's start there. And we're going to need to snap that off, but I want to leave something to hold on to her for a minute. So, to make sure she takes paint, because she doesn't look like she's going to want to with this real soft plastic, I'm just going to hit her with this brush everywhere real quick. And we're not going to lose any kind of real detail off of this miniature with this. So this is like a fairy lady that came in a bucket from Five Below of like fairies and stuff. These wings came from that too. I think we got her roughed up enough to help her take some paint. I'm going to snip off her torso. Whoa. Her torso. I think about right there. And now for her snake body, I did look at some fish and some snakes and some of my creepy crawlies and stuff. I did look at like some dragon tails, and I think that probably making her a tail out of tinfoil is our way to go here, just for the simple fact that we want to be able to have the freedom and the strength to position it in such a way that it looks, we can make an interesting pose. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna go with this, and then alright, that was way too much tinfoil. Alright, I'm gonna set that off to the side. I can use that piece another time. There's no point in throwing it away and creating waste. Alright, let's try a smaller piece. Sometimes getting the right piece together for stuff isn't as easy as all that. So I think we don't want to go beyond that. And then I'm just going to kind of twist that down and try to get a good point. And I'm going to snip off this. And that's going to give us kind of a flat. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. Okay. Now I don't know how the best way to handle this next part is. So what I think I'm going to do is try to slowly just kind of I'm just going to get some glue. I'm going to start trying to texture out and get rid of some of this tinfoil like that. Wrong glue. I was using hot glue. That's not the glue we wanted. Oh, I pulled her tail right off her, didn't I? Alright. Okay. Just gonna get a little dibby dib. Hot glue. Ah, man, there's my voice. Get a little dibby dibble hot glue. Just try to get that back on there the best we can. And at this point, let me get my minor burning hands spell out. We'll just deal with that way. There we go. So we want to make sure we have good connection here. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of glue. Here we go. We're going to do the same thing on the front apparently. I'm just going to get glue though. Just dip it. We'll start building out her sides a little bit and getting rid of some of that texture. Glue ran out. I think my glue ran out. La, 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 la. All right. We have a couple little spots here that didn't take any baking soda, so that means I didn't have enough glue there. La, 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 la. And there's a spot on her backside where it's a little lumpy and dumpy. So I'm just going to get a tiny bit more glue. Try to get a good bond. Something like that. Holy crap-a-roo. Alright. So I think it would be easier to get wings on her once she's mounted on this base. So to just mount her, I'm just going to get some glue here. And I'm going to get a little sprinkle of baking soda. Okay. Get her where I kind of want her. Something like that. Let me get a little bit down on the front side. Let that drip down. All right. All right. We could put a couple rocks on this base to give it a little interest if we wanted to at this point. I think that might be the way to go. This is going to be a pretty boring base. It's a large area with just nothing going on. So I'm going to get my small stones here. Put one there, and I'm going to put one just right next to it real quick. I think I'm going to do one kind of over here. I don't want them right up on her because I don't want it to be impossible to paint this creature. Alright, so let's look at our wings. I have a couple of dollar store birds I could pull wings off of. But when I was looking in the book at her picture, these wings I'm using are probably just perfect to be that. So let's get these wings kind of snipped apart here. Snip off that weird little dangly, because I don't think we need that for sure. Alright, cool. Alright. And then to mount these wings, I think initially we'll just get a dab of hot glue to make sure they're where we want them. Yep. It's the tiniest dab, you don't need too much here. And get them kind of positioned. And you're gonna, I almost have to stick mine in her hair to make it work, I think, and then drag them up some. And that's not probably the way I really wanted it to look, because her hair is going to just be behind the wings, and that's going to be a pain in the butt to paint. But get her wings there. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. So to connect the wings, I'm going to get a dibby dab of super glue here. I'm going to spill it down in there, just where her wings connect. I'm going to pour some baking soda down in that hole. Same thing here, just letting it run down the wing and into that crevice. And I really, we want to be careful here, okay? We don't want to go overboard. I'm going to get my toothpick, kind of make sure it's all around and on those wings. I don't want it to be like a thick, alright, how sturdy is that at this point? Pretty sturdy. Alright, good. Alright, so anyways, When we come back, I will have had her base coated and ready to start painting. I'm just probably going to use a rattle can, it looks like, for the base coat. I don't know. Her tail's not very good at the end. They have a little weird, like, something at the end of their tail. We could make that. I mean, that shouldn't be impossible for us. We've done worse, right? So to make her little weird thing at the end of her tail, just cutting a little notch out there. That's not quite what I wanted. A little notch out. Let me get a different cutter that's easier for me to hold it. My bad fingers. All right. So I've got that cut with just little extra pieces. You know what I mean? It's a little bit. I can bend those apart and make a little bit of a thing there. I'm going to get glue, hot glue, and just drag that around a little bit and get it into place. And then that's not going to be sturdy at all. So I'm going to just have a little glue pimple there. I'm just going to rub that glue pimple out of my way. I'm going to get my super glue. Sorry, man, I'm having more drama than ever. Then I'm going to sturdy that up. All right, now that was pretty low impact, and that's not a terrible tail. It's, you know, it's not an official mini, okay? So we're just trying to capture something that's good. Now, one of the things I noticed in the artwork is that they have a lyre or harp of some sort. I don't know how much that adds to it, and I didn't really read the block about them very much. We could make a harp, I guess, but I'm not sure how we would pull that off and make it look good. So let me look at the picture of what the harp looks like. It looks like a crazy thing, okay? I have this thing. So I have that piece. I can get a little bit of wire. Oops. I'm going to open this back up for just a second. I really don't know how good this is going to look. And since I didn't really think about it, I don't have any kind of idea of how to do this better than what I have going on here. And that's kind of making me uneasy in the fact that it's not going to look great, I'm thinking. Especially when I make a harp with 2 strings. That's going to be anticlimactic. Doom's 2-string stoopy harp. I love me a stoopy harp in the morning. Doom stoopy harp. I'm just making a hook. That's how I got the first one on there. I probably should have stopped and explained what I was doing there, but I'm just dragging that into place. I'm getting a little bit of stoopy glue. Oh, you know what? I'm going to turn that around so that they're the same. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then try to pull those wires tight, I guess, at that point. And I'm just going to get a little bit of glue there. I'm going to snip these off on the back. Alright, there's my derpy 2-string harp. Can I get another one on there and not make it look too stupid in the middle? Maybe. Maybe. No promises, guys. Alright. This is terrible. Alright. Here we go. This is so hard to do. So tiny and dumb. Probably a complete waste of time at this point, but you know what? In for a penny, you know what I'm saying? I remember that one time somebody was like, "Hey, Doom, can you make a really stupid, ugly, little tiny harp?" And I was like, "No." And then I was like, "Okay, I can." Oh, that was me, and I was talking to myself. Idiot. All right. Sorry about this. This is probably a very unnecessary and stupid looking thing, but you know what? What's our motto here? That's right. F it, let's make something. Alright, so we have this ridiculously stupid looking harp, and we're just going to get that on her hand somehow. And I think probably doing it on this hand, we can use that fabric and have 2 mounting points. I'm going to get a very tiny dab of glue just to kind of hold it in place while we get it situated. Okay. Okay, that didn't work. This aluminum is too. All right. This is gonna be tough. We're about to make some bad choices here, my friends. You really can't go overboard on this, or you will have a bunch of excess glue that makes this really tough. But what we want is we want to drag that around And we want 2 points of contact. I'm having trouble holding it. Okay. We gotta be super careful here. We don't want to have giant dumpy. If you guys watched when I did the Kuatoa, we don't want to have a bunch of dumpy weirdness going on with the hands. Because the Kuatoa had some pretty intense dumpy weirdness. It was not spectacular. All right. So in part 2, we'll come back. We'll paint this girl up, this lady, this whatever this thing is, this beautiful serpentine, elven, flying Norse creature from Isgard. So, thanks for watching. If you like what we're doing here, or I guess I'm doing here, hit like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, leave me a comment. Tell your friends that I'm super great. Don't lie. Don't tell them that. But yeah. And, but you know what else would help? Come to the website in the description. Buy some minis from us. We're just 2 guys in our basements trying to run a business. And we are standing up against the major corporations who are charging $1 bazillion for miniatures and trying to make a fair price. I assure you, we do not make an enormous amount of profit on our miniature sets. On our one-offs, we do make a little bit more profit, but there's more involved in selling one-offs than there is in selling a box every month. Join our Discord, hang out with us, play RPGs, paint miniatures, video games, just, basic cool guy community stuff, cool girl community stuff, cool whatever you want to be community stuff. And we're there. We're interested in what you're crafting, what you're building, what you're making, what you're painting. So, all right, thanks for watching. We'll see you in part 2.